Hey, what's up, everyone? I am Mike, aka Eureka22422, and welcome to my YouTube. I will be recording a video with Doomsday content every Thursday, so like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you're interested in seeing my weekly videos so you don't miss them. I am going to dabble into different versions of Doomsday and really just go through kind of playing leagues with lists that I am playing currently or that I'm exploring. Also, there will be a link below to my Patreon. Feel free to go check that out with additional content such as sideboard maps that I keep updated, challenges, tournaments I'm playing, targeted testing towards specific matchups, and just overall information on Doomsday if you're looking to level up your game. Really excited to be extending this journey and continuing to make some awesome content. And feel free to leave comments below with any feedback you have to help me keep improving. All right, welcome back for another video. We are going to play some blue-black Tempo Wasteland Doomsday. I played Bug last week, and quite frankly, I just really enjoy the play patterns of blue-black Tempo Doomsday, so we're going to jump in and play another league with it. Let's see how it goes. We're up against Rude Slay on the draw. I played Rude Slay in the LCQ, and he mulliganed a lot and got pretty unlucky, so I was able to beat him in that, but on the draw against Turbo Reanimator can be pretty challenging, so we have Dothies in the board to help, but game one can be a little bit tough. So let's see how it goes. I did get some feedback about making my pile screen bigger, especially if you guys are watching on mobile. So I will work on doing that. A lot of this is like habits of how I'm clicking and stuff. So I'll do my best to make the pile window a little bit bigger and talk about it a little bit more. So hopefully that helps out, but just make sure to comment if there's still any issues with it. I'm going to keep this hand on the draw. I'm not happy about keeping it, but I don't like mulliganing against Turbo Reanimator on the draw, especially when I have Thoughtseize and Force of Will. I find that two pieces of interaction is kind of the sweet spot for how you try and interact with them, and that's kind of how I look at it. If they fetch a basic swamp, it's annoying. Thoughtseize is also annoying. They could take the Brainstorm here, or they could take the Lotus Petal, or the Force, obviously, but I think they'll likely take the Thoughtseize, but we'll see. I think it's a bit greedy to take the Lotus Petal. It just looks a little silly if I draw land, but they did. This gives me two pieces of interaction if I draw land, which, all right, I'm going to go big here. I think it's likely to hit, and it did. I can put back these Wastelands, and now I can just land Thoughtseize. I hope they don't have a fatty in their hand. That would be annoying as the only card. Putrid Imp's their discard outlet, so I'll take the Putrid Imp. They can reanimate that, but then they would need more reanimation effects. Oh, okay. They conceded. Yeah, taking their discard outlet there is pretty hard for them to come back from. Okay, so let's bring in the Dothies. Let's bring in the Fawns. They do have Animate Dead. You could consider Consign to Memory. You just need to kind of think about how many cards you have to cut. So I'm going to start cutting cards, and then I'll think about whether I want to fit Consigns in or not. You don't really need Consider. You can just build a Ponder Pile because they don't remove your Thassa's Oracle. And then here, I think I can cut a Bowmasters. Maybe I cut one more Bowmasters for a Consign. Bowmasters is kind of a liability if it's in your hand. They could reanimate it, and the odds of hitting exactly Grizzlebrand with Bowmaster are just, I don't believe, worth it. So let's try this and see how it goes. Thoughtseize Force. Oof. They kept 7. I'm going to mulligan. Okay. This is better. So we have 2 options here. We could put back Wasteland, or we could put back one of the Dothies. I think I'm going to put back Wasteland. If they Thoughtseize me, they almost have to take Dark Ritual. Cabal Therapy. Again, they Enforce or Doomsday. Or Dothy. Dothy would be a sick name here. Force of Will. Okay. Land Dothy is pretty good. Let's see if they can do something like Thoughtseize me now. Or Thoughtseize themselves before Dothy can go into play. That would be a good play as well. Or like Putrid Imp discard. Something that lets them put a fatty in the graveyard before I can cast Dothy. Would be good for them. They're targeting me, so they're going to take my Dothies or my Dark Ritual. I think you have to take Dark Ritual. They're too slow to beat Doomsday, I think, if they don't take Dark Ritual. But I could be wrong. They could also take Doomsday if they have an answer to Dothy. They're only on 3 cards. So, like, if they don't take Dark Ritual, if they take Dothy, then I just Doomsday. If they take Dark Ritual, then I have to fade a little bit. And if they take Doomsday, then I'll just cast Dothy. Dothy, okay. This seems a little tough. Okay. Do they have another Thoughtseize too? Wow. Okay. So now they take Doomsday. I think that's good for them because Reanimate is on Dothy is like a pretty decent clock. We drew Murktide. That's actually a really good draw in this spot. It can beat a... Okay. It doesn't have Death Touch. So if we just find a land here, we can Murktide. Okay, so they have the Grizzlebrand. Therapy, Dark Ritual. Okay. So we just need to find a land and they need to miss a Reanimate spell. There's a land. All right. And now we have to fade for 2 turns, I think, roughly. And I'll take the Dothies out of my graveyard because I don't want them to be able to reanimate them late in the game. So we have to fade Reanimate for 2 turns, and then we have to fade Animate Dead the following turn. Let's see if we can fade. We did not fade. All right. We will move on to game number 3. Triple Cabal Therapy was good. And they hit on all 3 because they hit on Force on the first one. Okay. I like this configuration, though, so let's just send it back. They did see double Dothy, so they may pivot here. Worth considering bringing in some removal. I don't know. I think I'm not going to, but it is worth considering. I think we have to hope that we have enough counter magic to beat the other combo. Thoughtseize, Fawn, Tamiyo, Flip Days. This is a great hand. So we Thoughtseize on 1, then we Tamiyo on turn 2, or Tamiyo Flip on turn 2 if we find a land. The only thing worth remembering is we can't pitch this Thassa's Oracle and win with Doomsday. So if we do pitch the Thassa's Oracle, we would have to win with like Murktide Regent, which we do have 2 Murktide Regents in our deck. All right, so they have Unmasked, Show and Tell. What do I think? I think I'm just going to take the Unmask. Although they do have double Surveil land. Yeah, I'm going to take the Unmask. If they blind hit a fatty with Surveil land, it's just tough beats. We still do have some counter magic. But it is annoying. Okay, they didn't on the first one. Okay, so we hit Street Race, so let's cycle to see if we find a land. Forcible's not horrible. Let's cast Tamiyo. Forcible means we have double Reanimate cover, which is what we know they have in their hand. Oh, Reanimate Street Wraith. I forgot about that. Yikes. Okay. I'm going to fawn that. It's trading. So the reasoning for it is it's trading with a Reanimate, which is what I needed to trade it with anyway. So I think it's okay to do that because that's what you were expecting that card to trade with anyway, even though it happens to be on my Tamiyo or on my Street Wraith. All right, let's brainstorm. That's pretty good. Let's put back Thoracle Dark Ritual. And then let's cast the Thoughtseize here. Likely to take Show and Tell, but it's not guaranteed depending on what they've drawn. Yeah, we'll take the Show and Tell. And now we have an answer for the first reanimation effect. They would have to Surveil into Fatty and then draw another Reanimate spell. If they don't, then we can pick up Thoughtseize and Thoughtseize the reanimation spell. They did hit Archon. That's pretty bad for us. Okay. So we die to another reanimation spell now. Or a discard spell off the top. Yeah, the blind Surveil out of the Reanimator deck is so scary. Yeah, we have to force it. Okay, and now if we draw a blue card, I'll minus on Tamiyo to pick up another force. I think I need one more layer of protection. So now we'll pick up force. And then we'll plus again and maybe minus again. Because the creature's already in the graveyard, we just don't have much of a choice. If they cast a discard spell, it sucks, but we just have to not let ourselves die to a top deck reanimation effect. So their hand's Archon plus 1 unknown. Yeah, we have to force that too. So now we have to dodge one turn, and then we have to, then we can pick up Fawn if we want. If we don't dodge, we're dead. Let's see what we draw. Another Tamiyo. I'm better picking up Fawn now, although this is tough. So picking up Fawn protects us, but then we can't put this Tamiyo in play. I think we have to fade one more turn. I think it's the smart thing to do. It keeps our second Tamiyo alive, and it lets us pick up Fawn next turn. I think it's just the right play. Like, we die, it is what it is. Yeah, we're dead here. Lose 3, lose 3. Yeah. But I think that the argument for picking up Fawn is that obviously it protects us for a turn, but we have to draw another land. I think maybe Wastelanding there was the misplay. If we didn't Wasteland there, then we could pick up Fawn, hold Fawn, and play Tamiyo, and I think that puts us in a winning position. But I don't think that we're in a winning position with our... I don't think we're in a winning position if we pick up Fawn there and just pass the turn. Because every turn we have to sweat a draw step, and a discard spell to take the Fawn ruins the fact that we picked up Fawn. So I'll see you guys in round number 2. All right, we're in round number 2 versus Reaple Cheap. They always play some sick stuff. 81 card, but it's normally like crazy Yori on decks, not normal DNT. We're going to keep. We have Force plus turn 1 Doomsday. Can't send that back. Let's see what they do. Swamp. I will force the Thoughtseize. Hope they don't have a force also. They do. Okay, we are in the dirt. These are the types of games that I like Murktide for, though. Having Murktide in your deck is pretty good for these like low resource board states. All right, and we'll just play out the land to surveil and then consider. Okay. We'll discard Lion's Eye Diamond. They're on 1 card. All right. We got to find some good ones here. I don't need a force. Let's consider. Tamiyo's good. Another land's okay. I have to hope their last card's not another removal spell. If it is, we can still top deck Doomsday or Murktide. They put Force in the graveyard. Yeah, Force isn't super good against a Resolve Tamiyo. Put Yoran in hand. Okay. So we're going to get to draw a little bit off this. And we can flip it with this Ponder. All right. So let's fetch first. In case we want 2 cards off this Ponder. Brainstorm Lotus Petal Wasteland. Okay. Wasteland's not bad. Brainstorm's also not bad. I think I'll keep. Let's flip Tamiyo. Just a small thing. I should have Wastelanded first. That way I can flip Tamiyo with Clue in response to a Swords to Plowshares. Unlikely that they have it. They would have played differently, but just a small technical misplay. Just so you guys don't make the same mistake. So, Wasteland first, move the second main. They don't have white mana, and if they Swords, then we can flip off Clue. I'm just going to plus and pass here. I could pick up Doomsday and Doomsday. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. I think we have enough pressure right now that I'm just going to pick up Doomsday and Doomsday. Okay. Thoughtseize, Edge, Cavern. No, I want Unearth over Cavern. Okay. So I can Thoughtseize plus Thoracle next turn, and the following turn I can Ponder into Edge into Unearth. I'll play out Petal, and I'll say go. I should turn off auto yields, because if they do have Bowmaster, I want to be able to brainstorm in response. Yeah, they scry too. Okay. I think I should probably brainstorm here. Although, no, I'm not going to. Whoops, I skipped through my step. Okay, so let's plus Tamiyo. Let's Thoughtseize them. They have Yorion plus 2 unknowns. Probably a force would be my guess. Dress down. Okay. Well, good thing we forced that out, because that would have been really annoying. I'll take Felia. So they can make us discard a card here, but we can pick it back up. So I think I'll just discard Edge of Autumn. So this will trigger, and I'll brainstorm. And I can put back Thassa, Ponder, let this resolve, discard Edge. And then I can Ponder into Thoracle, and if I need to, I can Edge into Unearth. If this doesn't work, then I just pick up Edge into Unearth. Okay, cool. Got game number 1. This deck looks crazy. All right. Let's see what we want. So I think we want at least Bitter Triumph, Long Goodbye. They're a Felia deck, likely a Tamiyo deck. I don't know what else I want. I think I'm just going to cut the Murktides. Murktide seems really bad against the deck that has a bunch of sacrifice effects. Bowmaster's a little better because it makes a token. Wasteland's not great against them, but it looks like they need off color to like surveil lands and stuff, so I think Wasteland's still okay. This hand seems fine. A little weak to Thoughtseize, but not the worst. We can just hold up Surveil here. This is good for our Wastelands. Not that we have one, but it's just a good sign that they do fetch Surveils. Dark Ritual, Bowmaster would be sick, but we don't have that, so we're going to just let this go. If they Hopeless Nightmare us, we'll just discard Lion's Eye Diamond. If they Thoughtseize us, it gets a little different. Yeah, Storm Chaser's Talent. Okay, well, Bowmaster's good against that. I don't need another land. So if they have a daze or a force, they can protect the otter, obviously. But I think it's worth just jamming the Bowmaster here. It takes them off the otter, and it takes them off, like, cantrips to a lesser extent. They could just cast a removal spell on it, but quite frankly, I'm okay with that. And it can't be an edict. It has to be like an actual removal spell. Black mana, discard or removal. Bowmaster. Okay, yeah, that's annoying. So they do play Bowmasters. So now we need to find like Unearth or another Bowmaster. We could also just Doomsday here. They have 4 cards left. I'm going to Doomsday. Okay, so we can pick up a Thoughtseize, and then Oracle. And I think we're okay on mana. We can just Unearth. So we can cycle into Thoughtseize. We go to 9, then we go to 8, cycle into Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize down to 7. Then consider Oracle down to 6. And pick up Unearth. Yeah, and then the last 2 cards don't really matter. I'm just going to hide I'm just going to hide my 2 removal spells. They would have to have removal plus counter magic here, and I just don't think it's super likely. So let's try this. I didn't make the window big, so I'll make it big here. I apologize. I haven't been making it big. I just caught it again. So the idea here is we're going to Edge of Autumn into Thoughtseize and Thoughtseize. So we go to 9, then we go to 8, then we go to 6. And then we can LED consider Milthas's Oracle, crack LED, and Unearth. And then we have 2 cards left in our deck. And that should be fine against most situations. So let's put these 2 on bottom, then Unearth, then Thassa's Oracle, then Thoughtseize. And let's Edge of Autumn into Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize them. Yeah, nothing. So LED, consider, hold priority. Black. Put this in the graveyard. Draw Unearth. And then just Unearth Thassa's Oracle. Cool. So we got the match versus Esper Enchantments. I will see you guys in round number 3. All right, welcome back to match number 3. We are on the play. We opened a good one, Dark Ritual Doomsday plus Daze. So let's keep. The only thing that's a little light here is our mana. I don't know what the opponent's playing, but I will build like a decent mana hand here, I think, or mana pile here. We'll get a little info if they Force of Will us. Likely it will start with basic island since I have a Brainstorm in hand, but the rest of it I have to think through for a second. Probably a Force of Will also, just in case they're on combo, and then Cavern Oracle. So let's Dark Ritual Doomsday. All right, so if I go something like Island, Force of Will, Cavern, Oracle, Edge of Autumn. Next turn, I can Brainstorm. So I'll draw Island. If I get Wastelanded, then I can Brainstorm and pick up a blue card. And then I can pick up Thoracle or Cavern, wait for Cavern if I need it. So I think that that's likely what I want to do. So the idea here is you always want to play around Wasteland. I do have interaction in Daze. If I'm going to pass the turn one more time, I like having a Force of Will in the pile. So, and I have this extra Doomsday to put back. So I can draw Island and then Brainstorm and pick up these 3. Maybe I should have done a Street Wraith so I can just cycle Street Wraith first. Yeah, I think that's better. So looking back at it, I went a little bit fast. I think putting Street Wraith as the first card, Island as the second card, lets you Brainstorm into the last 3. It speeds you up a turn. So this is a little awkward, but I think it's going to be okay. So I'm going to build it Cavern, Edge, Thassa, Force, Island, and then pass. And this still gives me the option 2 turns from now to win. Energy. Okay. I will probably Daze anything they play here. Oh, it's not. Is it Painter? Okay. Oh, it's the Epic Storm. Okay. This is a little risky from them. It means that I'm basically guaranteed to win next turn. I don't have access to Force of Will, but I am more or less guaranteed to win next turn when they echo, if they can't kill me. Okay. Let's see if they can put together a win. I should just F6 because I can't do anything here with the Hexing Squelcher. That's a really strong opener. Turn 1, Hexing Squelcher into wheel. Do they have Beseech? Or what are they doing? Oh, Hardcast Echo? That's actually not that bad. Oh, no, it's not Hardcast. It's just a Beseech. Or Natural Tendrils. Oh, Hardcast Echo. Or Burning Wish. Gamble. Okay. Ooh. They missed. So they got stuck with Echo in their hand. Let's go. Let's name Wizard and cast Thassa's Oracle. You'll love to see it. Okay. Got game number 1 by the skin of our teeth. Let's bring in some Fawns. Let's bring in a couple Fatal pushes for the Squelchers. Consigns. And then we can cut Bowmasters. Cavern of Souls. 1 Wasteland. And 2 Dazes. Yep, I like this. This hand's fine. It's weak to a turn 1, but you can't toss these back. Storm doesn't have turn 1s like super often, especially against a Force of Will deck. Like going for a naked turn 1 is pretty risky, but it looks like they might do it. Maybe it's another Squelcher into wheel. Oh, Gamble? No, Squelcher. Yeah, okay. Another question is whether they have the wheel already or not, or they're gambling for it. Okay. It's annoying, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. Thoughtseize is good. We really need a fatal push. All right, let's see if they silence us in response to our fetch. They don't. Okay. So let's Thoughtseize them. See if we can not die somehow. They do have silence. They do have beseech. They have 2 beseeches, so taking 1 doesn't matter. I'm just going to take the Squelcher. I think that my plan here is to ponder looking for removal. If they find a Dark Ritual, I'm pretty close to dead. They still need another artifact. An Echo is good for them, or a gamble. We'll take our 2. They drew Petal. Okay, so now they're 1 black source from winning. There's the fatal push. Let's cast Ponder looking for a Force of Will. We didn't find it. I'm going to shuffle. We didn't find it. Okay, so if they find it, I'm dead anyway. So I think I'm supposed to play out Tamiyo here. Maybe I should have flipped it, but I wanted to hold up Push Force. Because although if they found a black source, they have silence into Beseech. Yeah, that's lethal. Why aren't they silencing? Because I have Hexing Squelcher? Or because they have Hexing Squelcher? Oh, there it goes. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm very dead. I'm at 12. Okay. Let's see if we can do better on the play game 3. I think this is still fine. Dazes just don't have enough value with like Lion's Eye Diamond and Squelcher and stuff like that. It's just not high enough value. Oof. Dark Ritual Doomsday, no land. We'll mulligan. Dark Ritual Doomsday, Force of Will. This is good. Fatal Push is probably better than Wasteland, though Wasteland turns off silence. Okay, I'm going to do this. All right, and I'm going to Doomsday. So I have a couple of options here. I could go for just a Brainstorm pile and then force their silence. If they silence at exactly the right time, it's annoying. So maybe I go for a Brainstorm pile with the ability to unearth. So the way this works is I would Brainstorm. Let me think. That's not going to work. How can I do this? I can beat a silence if they just cast it. If they play out a white land that's not a fetch land, I could waste it. Or I have to pass twice, which is a little scary. I think I'm just going to go for the kill. So Thassa, consider, Street Wraith, LED, Brainstorm. So they don't have silence mana yet. The question is whether forcing a Lotus Petal. Would I force a Lotus Petal here? It's close. Okay, they're just dead. I think I would force a Lotus Petal here. Put back Wasteland, consider. Consider, okay. Cool, we beat Tess. We are currently 2-1. I'll see you in round number 4. All right, we're here for round number 4 against Blue Hen. This hand's good, has interaction, is completely discard proof. It's a solid hand. Just need a little bit more mana. Okay, looks like we're against Blue-Black Tempo. They kept it. Bowmasters is not bad. We do have both our basics, but likely we're not going to be getting those because our hand needs to cast Doomsday. Oh, never mind, it's not. What is this? Badlands, Grixis Colors, Dark Ritual. I'm going to force the Dark Ritual. Okay. I do not know what we're playing against. I'll take a land or a blue card. Or a Dark Ritual or Lotus Petal. I'll take that. We have stuff to do with our mana. We have a Bowmaster. Wasteland's annoying, but this looks actually like it could be maybe a Storm deck of some sort. I'm going to play my Bowmaster here. Actually, I'm not. Yeah, I'm going to play it. They'll take a force here. Reanimate. Oh, they targeted themselves. I did not notice that. That's something on Magic Online that I mess up a lot, is not realizing when they target themselves. Okay. I would have forced that. Let's ponder. These cards are not good. Let's ponder again. Oof. I think I'd have to shuffle. Yeah, I think I'm likely dead here. I did not recognize the Thoughtseize Self. I do that all the time on Magic Online, and I need to do a better job at looking at the target. Yeah, we're dead here. Okay. Well, we got by ourselves. Let's play better. They do have blue mana that signals likely show and tell. Let's bring in our Dothies. They're red. They could have Squelcher. I think I'll bring in like a Bitter Triumph 1 until I know better. I'm going to cut Cavern, Wasteland. They could have Pyroblast. Maybe it's better to leave Cavern just in case. Like, they're a deck that I don't know. So I like leaving Cavern when I'm playing against something that I don't know because I don't want to get got by like random Pyroblasts. Bowmasters aren't great. And we're on the play, so I want to keep my dazes, I think. I think I'll just trim a Murktide Regent, and we'll try this. Okay. So I'm going to keep it because they likely can't reanimate on turn 1, and this Unearth protects me from discard. So they can't just discard my Dauthi because I can Unearth it. They'd have to double discard, which admittedly would be very bad. I guess they could unmask themselves, reanimate, but it's not super likely. So now we're just going to, if we don't draw a land, we're just going to Cavern out Dauthi. We do have Wasteland plus Daze to help turn off Show and Tell as well. If they cast a Dark Ritual off the Badlands here, I would. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to Wasteland their blue source. Ooh, are we going to live the dream? We are. And they lose the Squelcher, so now they don't have protection from our counter magic. So this Daze plus Wasteland is okay against them. Reanimating Squelcher doesn't do anything. If they draw Fatty, they can therapy themselves and then reanimate, but Daze would cover that. Okay, cool. We got game number 2. They do have Show and Tells. They do also have Squelcher. Do I want one more removal spell over a Daze? I think I do. Let's try this. This hand's good. Force of Will, Thoughtseize, Path to Dauthi. We just need to draw land. Dark Ritual would be absolutely sick. Dodge them putting a Fatty in the graveyard. Dark Ritual would be the best. Okay. I'm going to Thoughtseize them. I understand I'm holding off, but I think the Thoughtseize does more than the problem here. So they can Thoughtseize plus Reanimate. So if I take the Reanimate, they Thoughtseize me. They did top. If they have a black card on top, they can unmask my Force of Will and then Reanimate. They can unmask Reanimate if they have a black card on top. If I take Unmask, if I take Reanimate and they have a Reanimate on top, then they can unmask Reanimate. Yeah, it's not a great spot to be in. It's weird that I think Unmask actually does the most here. I'm going to take the Unmask and I'll force a Thoughtseize on themselves. I think that's the best line. They're targeting me. I'm going to force it. And the reason I'm going to force it is because if they reanimate Dothy, it puts me in a really weird spot. They could have put a show intel on top too. That would be annoying. I mean, game ending. Okay, there's a Dark Ritual. We'll cast Dothy. And then we have to fade a show intel for 1 turn. I'll put that in my graveyard. I don't need that as a win condition. I need protection. If they have the show intel, it's just good beats. They do. Yep. Okay. So the way out of this is if they put a fatty in their hand and we get to reanimate it. We'll see if they do. I'm going to let them choose it just in case. I'm going to wait and see. They could just take Squelcher. It'd be smart. They did take Squelcher. That's really smart. And now they can unmask me. We do have a removal spell for this too. We actually could draw the Bitter Triumph. Bitter Triumph would be sick. Or land into Ponder Bitter Triumph. Okay. You're saying there's a chance. Let's go. Kill this. Reanimate your Atraxa. Bet you didn't have that on your bingo card. That's a sick one. Okay, so we know they have Squelcher in hand. Unearth for Dothy seems very good. Maybe we'll just do that. And then we can just unearth Dothy here. Here's the Dothy. They would have to hit show intel plus fatty. All right. Cool. That was a sick ponder. And having that removal spell in our deck was cool. So we're 3-1. I will see you guys in round number 5. Oh no, we're up against Romario. All right. Up against Romario. This hand seems fine. He's probably on Doomsday, though. So let's see whether this is too slow or not. I'll keep this. Oh, he's not. Yes, he is. Personal tutor. Okay. Let's wasteland him. These cards aren't great. I think I can do better. Especially because I know he has Doomsday. Let's see if he can put Doomsday on the stack this turn. Oh, he's out of lands. Okay. He kept it. So he probably has the Dark Ritual. Or just another cantrip. Oh, Thoughtseize. Okay. So he's got Doomsday, but no mana. So a discard spell's good. Another Wasteland's probably very good. Those cards are not good. Yeah, I think we're probably in a bad spot. Yep. A Wasteland might be good here still if I draw it. But it's unclear. He doesn't like to play the creature pivots. So I think that games 2 and 3 should be okay. Here's the Thoughtseize. I don't think that's going to be enough. Maybe. Take Thassa's Oracle. I should have looked to see if there's another Thassa's Oracle in exile. There's not. So he has another one. Should have just taken the Brainstorm. There's no Cavern either, so Wasteland's not even that good. Force of Will's not castable. I think I'm just dead here. Cavern Oracle. Yeah, we're dead zoned. Okay. Yeah, we drew too many lands there off those cantrips. We're going to cut our Doomsday stuff, though. Bring in the Fawns, bring in the Consigns. I'll bring in a couple removal spells. And then all the creatures. And then cut Doomsday. Wasteland's pretty good against him. I can cut basic Island. He doesn't play Wastelands. And then I can cut Consider. I can cut Unearth. I don't think he plays a lot of removal. I'll cut one Wasteland. And I'll cut one Dark Ritual. Let's try this. This hand seems good. Force Days, Tamiyo on turn 1. I will daze it if he forces. Yeah, I'll daze. If he has a Dark Ritual Doomsday plus daze, it's really bad, but I don't think that he would force that if he had that. Yeah, you just get my force. Okay. So we need to find like a consign or another force of will before he wins. It feels like he doesn't have a fast Doomsday because it would be just very unlikely that he would want to force the Tamiyo. If he had a fast Doomsday, he'd want to protect it. We'll keep Ponder. We'll let him daze it. That's fine. I think the upside of wastelanding him there is higher than the downside of getting dazed. Oh, he has it. Okay. So Wasteland, Consign to Memory are good. Otherwise, I think we're going to be cooked. Romario's a powerful wizard. That just shows how good that Wasteland would have been, though. Which is why I didn't play my land drop pre-ponder. Does he have the win in hand? He does not. Okay. Force of Negation might not be bad. It might buy me one turn. And then I need to find a consign. He has both oracles plus Cavern. So is he just going to play an oracle now? Oh, he already had an oracle in hand. All right, we are dead. Cool. Okay, so we went 3-2. I think overall, I was pretty happy. Romario's Doomsday hands were very strong, which that happens. That's the reason you play Turbo Doomsday. We had the right interaction in our deck to be able to win that. We just didn't find the right configuration of it. And our other loss was to Turbo Reanimator, which we also beat a Turbo Reanimator. I think it's fine. I think the one that we lost to, Blind Surveilled a Fatty, which a lot of the time, funny enough, is a differentiator with when you win and lose. Because that Blind Surveil is faster than Dothy in a lot of situations to put a creature in the graveyard. So, yeah, that was really cool. And then other than that, I think that we showcased some really cool interactions and just kind of the reason that the bread and butter blue-black tempo list is strong. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys next week.